What's going on, guys? In this episode, we're going to be going over forward pressure concepts, starting with Wing Chun, the straight blast, or Jeet Chung Choi. I'm also going to be adding in a little bit of footwork movement, so if you're following along at home, just find a nice place to work. I'll get into a little bit more detail on that later. So when we're going over the straight blast or Wing Chun, the first thing we want to do is work on where our hand position should be. So we start with our fists, palm up, right underneath the pectoral muscle, right along the line of the solar plexus, and when we punch, we push over, upside down, until the last possible second. Straight through. Then we do the other side. Notice that when I'm doing this, I'm going towards my center line. Reason being that all of my major organs follow along this line. So when I am hitting someone with this punch, it has the same effect as a battering ram. Now when I do multiple hits, it's going to go one over the other, in a straight, rapid movement. It's going to look something like this, almost elliptical. When my arm extends, I pull back in, straight back from the elbow. One of the things that my mentor told me was turn off the shoulder. You don't want to throw from the shoulder because then the energy is coming up, pulling at the shoulder, and then going forward instead of just going straight on through. So a quick drill you can do at home is when you start in your stance, you go 1, 2, 3, slap. 1, 2, 3, slap. 1, 2, 3, slap. Let's go for about 10 times. Every 3 punches is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 10. This can be done with a partner too, but unfortunately I don't have anyone to work with at this exact moment while I'm shooting, so I'll show you that in a later video, lumping in a whole bunch of partner drills for Wing Chun. Another thing to keep in mind is that while you're doing this, you want to be moving forward. So we're going to use a step and a slide. I'm going to explain the way that looks. So the way a step slide works is literally just how it sounds. We start in the same foot position that we use in our Filipino martial arts. We're going to start combining them a little bit. And all we're doing, we're taking a step with our lead foot, and at the same time, dragging the rear leg. Reason for this is so that this way, I only have to worry about one leg at a time while I'm doing this. I can step to any place, and just drag the rear foot along. If I'm moving backwards though, I'm dragging the lead. Whenever this is being done, whatever leg is doing the movement is initiating, and the other one is just being dragged along. That doesn't mean you get to sink back onto your heels. You want to stay on the balls of your feet, as little of your foot touching the floor as possible, to keep yourself nimble. Now, when we combine the two together, it looks a little something like this. I'm going to start same side, opposite side, same side. It's 3 steps, 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. The whole intention here is this sort of battering ram. As a friend of mine used to say, you're in my fucking spot. When we're in a fighting situation, we start with our hands up. Remember, this is for the elbow destructions, and then the instance that they're injured, instead of just using our escape to gain safety, we're going to start using our straight blast. So when it's down, straight blast in. So here's how we train the straight blast with the step slide. Okay, you're going to step forward with your lead foot. At the same time you're punching. 1, right? 1, 2, 3. That is 1 rep. Now, while we're doing this, I also want to make sure that you guys are fully extending. Don't lock out your elbow, but also don't let it stay at this 90 degree. Okay, so we're going to go forward. 1, 2, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3, and back. Remember, 3 hits is 1 rep. So 3 sets of 10 is usually the magic ratio, what you want to go for. If you can't do that, then work your way up to it. It's nothing that is too physically straining, so it's something that you can definitely work up to over time. It's just another thing that makes you more effective at that particular drill, and more effective as a fighter on the whole. Remember, while you're doing this, to train safely and carefully. You can do this on your own like I am here, or you can do it with a partner. Just remember to wear proper protection while you're doing this, and make sure that you guys give yourselves adequate amounts of room. Now, that's not to say that you should, start training in a wide open field. This is meant for close range combat. So an indoor room is nice. If you don't really have a whole lot of stuff that you mind breaking, that's even better. But other than that, just be mindful of your surroundings, be careful when you're training, all that good stuff. One thing I do also want to note is that this is not something that is exclusive to me or my system or anything like that. This is something that comes from the system I hail from. This is something that I found incredibly useful and extremely simple when it comes to taking one of the Jeet concepts, which is combining different arts. We went from Filipino martial arts concept and Muay Thai concept with the posture and with the elbow destructions, using those to destroy the limb. That's very Filipino and also very, very Muay Thai. And then we jump right into Wing Chun because they have the superior striking ability. This isn't going to be the only time we talk about this, but I figured that this way is one of the best places to start when it comes to combining different techniques. The next time we talk about this, we're going to be talking about adding a little bit more Thai boxing into the same concept, the same sort of matrix that we're talking about here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just an announcement, if you guys are in the New York area and you're interested in training with me, I am accepting new clients. Hit me up on the back end of my channel or on my other social media if you have any questions about pricing or times or anything like that. And do feel free to train on your own. This is exactly why we have it, but a little bit more context and a little bit more person-to-person training always can help. Until then, be safe out there, be smart. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.